Who styled this kid, bro?
Cassius?
What the fuck was I wearing?
Hey, Adam, what's up?
16, Alberta, Canada, man.
Yeah, how's it going?
What's going on, Cassius?
I just had a quick question. I wanted to know if you had any advice for up-and-coming podcasters. I'm one of them. I'm looking at making a move from Alberta to LA in a couple of years to pursue this podcasting thing. So do you have any advice for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first of all, completely set myself up with that question. The one thing I learned since this point is if you're going to ask for advice in a serious way from anybody, never ask for this advice from a comedian, okay? I totally set myself up to get roasted on this fucking show. This is my first call in to the Adam Carolla Show, and that was my first time talking with Adam, so just some context for that clip.
So yeah, I called into the Adam Carolla podcast as a fan, first of all, because I'm a huge fan of Adam. I mean, I listened to his podcast that was probably next to the one I mentioned earlier, Podcast, the first podcast that I ever listened to. He introduced me to Joe Rogan, which introduced me to a ton of other shows, so I'm a huge fan of Adam. So calling in, I just wanted to know, I literally asked, do you have any advice for an up-and-coming podcaster? And he, in Adam's, normal Adam-like ways, started asking me questions about it, trying to get me to do material, and I almost felt like he was trying to get me to make a mistake, to make it funny.
What do you got? Do you have any material? Do you have any jokes?
I'm getting ready to do my first open mic at the comic strip here in a couple of months, so I'm working on that right now.
Do you have any material at all?
No, I mean, at risk of embarrassing myself on the air,
right.
if I haven't already.
If you're adverse to possible embarrassment through a conversation, stand-up, comedy, and podcasting may not be the world for you.
Yeah. Bro, that is such bullshit, by the way. Like, look, based off what I know now, that is complete bullshit because Carolla knows damn well, as a stand-up comedian, that you can't just do jokes on the spot. Like, if I was to go up to Adam Carolla on the street and said, Adam, you're a comedian, tell me a couple jokes, that's not going to fly because you can't make a joke like, on the street, you can't make a joke in the same way that you could on a stage. Adam knows that damn well.
And he was like, okay, interview Rob Corddry when he comes on. Hot Tub Time Machine, Harold and Kumar, he's in a ton of stuff. So I didn't know his name, but when I saw him, I recognized him. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I do that? Sure, I'll do it.
Bro, this dude set me up to fail so fucking hard. Like, watching this now, I'm like, Adam, you son of a bitch. But you know what? I think that's what actually made him respect me in the end. Because I went for it. But I'm watching this now. I'm like, Adam, why are you setting your boy up like that, man? This dude lined me up just to fucking fall live on the air in front of 1 million listeners. 1 million listeners this guy had a show.
Time Machine, Harold and Kumar, he's in a ton of stuff. So I didn't know his name, but when I saw him, I recognized him. And I was like, well, why wouldn't I do that? Sure, I'll do it.
Cassius, I'm going to give you a second to pull up Rob's IMDb, okay?
Sure.
Or Wikipedia or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then form some questions.
Okay.
And then I want you to interview Rob when he comes in. All right, Cassius.
Hey.
Now do you know who Rob Corddry is?
Absolutely.
You did your research?
I did.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I'm just going to count you into this, okay?
Okay.
You're in Alberta, so you're not going to see the finger point, but you're not going to hear the number one, all right?
Okay.
And 3, 2.
Oh my God, bro.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Cassius Morris Show. I'm your host, Cassius Morris. Today we're joined by Rob Corddry. How you doing, Rob?
Hey, Cassius, it's a pleasure to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So my first question is, I know you went to the University of Massachusetts.
That's right.
You were in journalism as a major, but you left after 2 days. Why?
Well, the main reason was probably because I had zero interest in journalism.
And I interviewed him, and I impressed Adam, I think. And he had me on.
Read the first thing off the Wikipedia page, by the way. Like the first two sentences of his Wikipedia. I'm like, yeah, let me take that and ask the question. But the thing is, I think Adam just expected me to choke. Like, that's the thing. Adam, he didn't think I was going to have shit to say, and he was going to tell me well, kid, get lost. You're not cut out for this. That's what Carolla was going to tell me. So yeah, I mean, I think let's just keep watching.
Again, to talk to him, Allison, and Brian. Then he had me on to talk to Joe Rogan. My mind.
Yeah, this was the Joe Rogan interview, guys. So I know, again, I posted a clip of this recently. So for the people who don't know the story, this is it.
And he had me on again to talk to him, Allison, and Brian. Then he had me on to talk to Joe Rogan. My mind like exploded, being a huge fan of the two of them. So if this continues to go somewhere, you know, that's fantastic. And if it doesn't, I'm happy it happened in the first place. You just, you know, I take it as it comes.
Well, all right. I've turned the corner on you, Cassius.
I think Cassius has the goods.
Yeah,
He's
for
16.
And let me say, Adam, you have an open invitation to my show anytime.
Wow.
I know you would be honored.
We're going to hold you to that, Cassius.
So there you go, guys. Chapter 1, the Adam Carolla Show appearance. God damn, dude, the memories going through my mind at that time. I mean, it just takes me back. So, like, yeah, I mean, we're going to keep watching a little bit more. But the main thing that I really take away from this man is just how shy and reserved I really was back then. And the thing is that I wasn't necessarily shy. I was nervous. So what I would do is, like, I would feel very, very nervous for every single appearance I ever did, whether I was filming my own videos or I was on somebody else's show or even being interviewed like this. I would feel very nervous to be on camera in general. I suffered with a lot of anxiety back then. And I think the anxiety would make me feel very reserved and very quiet. That's sort of what that would do. So it's interesting to watch this now. Like, I look like a shy kid and I come across as a very shy kid, which is like, why was he even doing podcasts back then is sort of like what I would think if I didn't know me and I was watching this. But that's the thing. I came off as a shy kid because I was nervous, bro. I would get so nervous for this shit. Like, I remember sweating, physically sweating when I was on the phone with Carolla from my fucking armpits, dude. I could feel it coming down. Just sweating, completely nervous. And I mean, I was just some fucking fat little kid, dude.